Margaret Loesch has made money and created quality programs for just about every children's network in the U.S. Formerly top dog at Marvel Productions and founding president and CEO of the U.S. Hallmark Channel. I did one for them. Last year, Margaret became president and CEO of The Hub. The Hub is a new children's network she's building from the ground up. What began last year without a name or employees or programs will launch on October 10th, 2010, or if you will, 10-10-10. Margaret's got the guts and vision to pull it off. Just look what happened when she wanted to bring X-Men and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to TV. Everyone thought they'd bomb, that only nerdy 17-year-olds would watch. But Margaret was sure they'd tap into kids' angst and their longing for power. I didn't know that they longed for power. We all know how that turned out. Please welcome the woman with the X-ray eyes, Margaret Loesch.
Well, I thought everybody wanted to fly. Thank you, George. Well, in the last few weeks, in anticipation of this event, I've been giving some thought to what television teaches kids and teaches families about mental health. Beatrice Stern, who endowed this award, recognized that those of us in the media have a choice. We can help people, or we can harm them. The man I have the honor to introduce today, he's definitely one of those who's a good guy. He's done so much to help. Well, I grew up in a military family. My father was an Air Force general. Sadly, the last time I ever spoke to him was on his departure for a temporary duty assignment in Vietnam. He was killed en route home in a plane crash. I was a teenager, and I spent the next half dozen years of my life dealing with anxiety and probably what is now regarded as depression, certainly bewilderment, because the man I loved and admired so much was stigmatized and demonized, representing something around me that was very unpopular, the Vietnam War. But you know, I think I was lucky because I was a teenager, not a young child, our most vulnerable. You can imagine my joy when, as a longtime trustee for Sesame Workshop, 8 wonderful years that I enjoyed that role, Gary Nell first shared with our board his vision for helping military families through educational projects, study guides, carefully developed turnkey programs, all designed to offer support, compassion, and practical information and tools to assist children and families to deal with separation and loss. Thanks to Gary Nell, things are a lot different today than in the 1960s when I was a teenager. They're a lot different for today's military families, as well as for other families. From television to podcasts to study guides and wonderful research. Under Gary's inspired leadership, Sesame Workshops has helped families with every major challenge of our times, from educating young children to 9/11, unemployment, war, and even Hurricane Katrina, which ironically wiped out my childhood home on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So once again, I witnessed firsthand the help provided by the workshop, especially for children left behind in Katrina's wake. Time and again, Gary has proven himself to be a visionary leader with foresight as well as compassion. And true to the Sesame approach, each of their efforts touches the hearts and minds, as well, of course, as we all know, the funny bones. There's no reason why mental health and the discussion of mental health and its messaging should be depressing. And you'll note that 2 main themes run through every one of the workshop's projects: recognizing children, recognizing families' needs to talk instead of pretending that children don't notice, or, more importantly, that children don't count. And also conveying that everyone has some power, no matter what their circumstances. It doesn't take money, it doesn't take position to play or to dance or to interact with children. I'd like to show a video today to show you just how much the workshop under Gary's leadership has done. Can we run the video?
Why don't you call your show Sesame Street?
Sesame Street has always been more than a television program for children. It's a movement to help children reach their highest potential.
One! Yeah!
Since day one, Sesame Street has been reaching out to children and their families through our outreach initiatives. Outreach, with the help of national partners, creates free, multiple media resources that address the educational, physical, and emotional needs of millions of children and grown-ups.
We had to make some major changes, including deciding to let the house go.
You see, yesterday I lost my job, and I'm not going to be working, at least for a little while.
Families Stand Together provides tools to help kids and parents get through tough economic times. A TV special, community screenings, and print materials reach out to those who need it the most.
What should we eat? Fruit or cookie?
Yeah! Let me hear you say!
Apple,
Eggplant! Pineapple!
carrot, broccoli.
Our Healthy Habits initiative helps children stay strong with exercise and better eating. With our partners, we distributed over 4 million kits to at-risk families.
An emergency is when something happens that we do not expect, and we have to act quickly to keep ourselves safe.
I'm practicing a special song about my first and last names. It's really, really important to know them in an emergency.
Oh, I know!
Your first name's Alexa.
Let's Get Ready empowers families to plan for emergencies. An activity-filled website, books, and video use simple strategies families can incorporate in their everyday routines.
It's also good to know your address.
I will definitely make a note of that.
Daddy's gotta go away for lots and lots of days, right?
That's right, son.
Talk, Listen, Connect provides support and offers significant resources for military families with young children who are experiencing the effects of deployment, multiple deployments, or when a parent comes home injured. Talk, Listen, Connect has reached military children and their families with multimedia kits, a traveling tour, a social networking site, and much more.
Last year when I deployed, the Family Support Center gave us a DVD of Elmo talking about separation and how he dealt with separation from his father. And I think being able to watch that DVD helped my kids to understand that I was going to be gone.
As the needs of children and families change, Sesame Street's outreach is there to meet them and reach out.